Thank you for joining us today in learning how to file a quarterly W-3 employer withholding tax return. Filing a quarterly W-3 return is a logged-in function. To begin, navigate to mypath.pa.gov and locate the black logon box near the top of the home page. Enter your username and password to log into your profile. Once logged in, locate your Employer Withholding Tax W-3 account under the Summary tab. If you have access to more than one taxpayer or business owner, you must select a customer to work with a specific account. Select the File Now hyperlink to file for the current period, or select the View Returns and Periods hyperlink and select the File Now hyperlink for the period you want to file. Carefully review the instructions displayed at the beginning of the return. Then, select Next. Next, you will see a summary of period deposits, previously referred to as 501 coupon payments, and lines for total compensation, total PA withholding tax, total deposits for the quarter, any overpayments, and any amount of payment due. As outlined in the return instructions, it's important to note that any previous period deposit payments that were remitted via MyPath and have been processed by the department will be reflected in the withholding tax box next to the deposit period end date in the table on the left-hand side. If payments were not remitted on MyPath or have not yet been processed, then the payment totals will not be displayed under the deposit period payments, and you must manually edit these figures in the withholding tax column for the deposit period end date. The amount displayed for the total deposits for quarter may not reflect payments that are not yet processed by the department, such as future dated payments or payments that were remitted via methods other than MyPath. In this circumstance, you must manually adjust the figures in the withholding tax column for the deposit period end date. Adjustments made for each deposit period will be reflected on the total PA withholding tax line to the right. You may also manually adjust the amount of total compensation by clicking on that line and entering the correct figure. The amount of payment due may be greater than expected depending on the adjusted amounts for withholding tax, total compensation, and the total of deposits on file. If there are any future dated deposit payments that have not yet been processed, the payment due amount will be adjusted by the department when all deposit payments have been processed and applied to the account. To avoid delays in the future, ensure that your deposit payments are made at least 48 hours prior to filing your W-3 quarterly return. Select Next. Now you will be able to review a summary of the amounts you are reporting. You may select Save Draft to save your progress for 30 days if you plan to submit the return at a later time. Otherwise, select Next to proceed with submitting the return. If a payment is due, select No if you do not want to make the payment at the time of filing, if you wish to set up an ACH credit agreement with your financial institution, or if you want to make a payment via check for amounts less than $1,000. Account balances can be paid with a credit or debit card using the Make a Payment feature. Please be aware that using a credit or debit card to remit a payment is done through a third-party vendor who charges a fee to utilize their services. Select Yes if you want to make an ACH debit payment now with your return. You will need to provide your banking information by selecting either checking or savings for the account type, and entering your financial institution's routing number and your account number. The payment date will default to today's date, and the amount due is automatically populated. If desired, you can reduce the total payment amount by entering a figure that is less than the balance due. You must retype this amount to confirm the payment amount, and then select Submit. Once submitted, you will be presented with a confirmation screen, which you can print for your records.